Hello YouTube, Alexei here, and welcome back to Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. Last time we have made our way through Kain's mausoleum and just a random crypt, got a bunch of items, and now Kain will explain to us what is our immediate objective.
Hunger and weakness are no bar to vengeance's call. I would find my slayers and send them back whence I came.
Have a seat, sir. If we put you down once, we could do it again.
Their sneering faces were forever etched upon my memory. I had crossed death for this moment. My mind was empty save for one thought. I would kill. What trickery is this? There is no greater release than that from vengeance sated. With my assassins dead, my quest was over.
And these lines are why you get theatrical actors in your video games.
'Tis not over, Kain. These fools were merely the instruments of your murder, not the cause. Look to their masters, look to the pillars, and gain way to the fortress of the mind.
Now take a note of these words. Make your way to the fortress of the mind. That's some lamp shading there.
This was where the bloody deed of my murder took place. I would not be kind to the denizens that lurk here. They would taste my steel, and I their blood.
Now we are making our way into the first settlement in Nosgoth. Well, in Blood Omen actually. Which is also, coincidentally, the smallest settlement in Nosgoth. It's only, I think it's 5 buildings, 5 houses, but I would like to point out that the architecture in Blood Omen, it's not literal. Different settlements are portrayed in later games as being much bigger than what they are portrayed in Blood Omen. And now we enter that tavern where we were in the very beginning. Now this is the exact same barkeeper who kicked us out back when we were alive, and there is absolutely nothing that we can do to him right now. However, later with a spell that we will acquire later in the game, we will be able to unlock a secret. And right now I will finally show off the ghosts that I spoke about in the previous episodes and the blue blood. Ghosts are basically whatever you slayed before in a certain closed-off location. And as you can see, you can drink blue blood, as I said earlier, and it restores our magical energy. Now, it didn't restore any magical energy right now because we are already at full, but you'll have to trust me on that. Now, all there is to do in here is just raid the houses and grab some flay artifacts. We could also drink blood of the sleeping people in the houses, sleeping tenants, but I'm not going to do that because there is absolutely no point. And I'm not gonna roleplay a bloodthirsty carnage. I'm not going to play out a dick. Okay, now, finally, I just said that that building, the tavern over there, contained the secret. Speaking of secrets, there is actually an official guide to Legacy of Kain to Blood Omen, I'm sorry, created by the developers of the game, Silicon Knights, which was published long ago. It's called The Complete Guide to Legacy of Kain. Right now it's preserved at Dark Chronicle, which is a fan website, and I will put a link to it in the description and maybe in an annotation here in the video.
The necromancer had offered me no warning as to what my resurrection would entail, and yet I must confess in my haste I had not sought one. Was his gift a curse? I would seek the pillars for an answer.
Yes, now we are proceeding to the Pillars of Nosgoth. And the Pillars of Nosgoth is actually what the game was originally supposed to be called. Well, what rather the original plans for the game were called. And yes, I don't really want to say anything about the pillars until we, well, reach them. But instead I will touch upon this new type of enemy, the knife thrower. They're a bit, they have a bit more health than the standard swordsman. And there's absolutely nothing else to say about them. That's what they're called, knife throwers. They throw knives and they are dressed in fabulous blue and purple outfits. Well, we have almost made our way to the pillars. And all we have to do is to dispose of these. I'll just ignore him. I want to get to the pillars already. Ah.
The Pillars of Nosgoth. Even in life, few sights have moved me such as this. I marvel that such beauty should grace our dying world.
Okay, so now we have a view of the Pillars of Nosgoth, which correspond to 9 primary elements, or rather aspects or principles of basically existence, which are mind, conflict, dimension, nature, energy, time, states, death, and balance.
Nopraptor, your madness has shattered our dreams and blinded you.
Keep your distance, or I'll send you back to hell, spirit!
There is nothing left of me to fear, vampire. I'm only a shadow of my former self, Ariel, the balance of the Circle of Nine. Even so, I can provide the answers you seek.
I seek only a cure.
There is no cure for death, only release. You must destroy the sorcery that is now poisoning Nosgoth. Only then will you realize peace. The 9 of the Protectors of Hope were sworn to use their powers to preserve our world. Now these pillars have been corrupted by a traitor. My murder at the hands of this beast drove my love Nopraptor mad. Now he spreads misery and pain among the Circle, crumbling the very foundation of Nosgoth. You must restore balance. You must right the Pillars of Nosgoth.
I care not for the fate of this world.
Then for yourself, Kain. Beware the unspoken.
Nopraptor, with his blind act of vengeance, threatened to destroy all of Nosgoth. Each Circle member was bonded to the pillar he served. The pillars reflected the mental state of their servants, and as the minds of the Circle degenerated and descended farther into dementia, the pillars crumbled. To restore them, each member of the Circle had to die, and the artifact that served as their link to the pillar had to be returned. Only when all the pillars were restored did Ariel claim my curse would end. And so, my hunt for Nopraptor began. As daylight chases darkness, the vampire's power wanes.
And I believe that Ariel and Kain explained everything pretty clearly, and the only thing that I will say about that is that the artifacts that link the Pillar Guardians to the pillars, they are called pillar tokens, and they will appear nowhere outside of Blood Omen. And what we have here is a new form, and this thing is called a bat beacon.
In bat form, I can travel great distances with ease. From my vantage in the heavens, no region of Nosgoth is forbidden to me. These beacons serve as landmarks during my flights in bat form. Once I have committed their locations to memory, I can always return.
And what these things are, well, these are basically the fast travel system. And where are the forms? There is. I'm not going to travel anywhere right now, but yeah, this just gives us the map of Nosgoth, that flashing blue thing is our current objective, and what is outlined in red are the locations where we can actually access. But we don't have to travel anywhere right now, and we can proceed on our way. I did this with the only purpose of, well, showing off the bat form. Now, these enemies are called, if I remember correctly, men-at-arms. I'm not really sure why, they're just a slightly stronger type of standard classic swordsman. And this is called the Light Sanctuary. And this is where you get a light spell. But I will not be getting it today, instead I will be cutting it off here, and in the next part we will be getting that spell. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.